So thanks, JJ, for showing us how you use each of the plugs. So tell us why you kind of grab each of the plugins. What do they do for you that you kind of just grab them as opposed to a different plugin?
Well, there's two things. One is the ability to go from RTAS and TDM flawlessly without sacrificing sound quality. I do a lot of pre-production work on an LE rig at my house, a lot of editing, a lot of pre-mixing, and then I, am able to come here and reprocess stuff and pull it up on a TDM system. There's no guesswork involved. I can set my reverb tails, I can set my levels, I can do my EQing, I can do, add my compression at home, and the translation between RTAS and TDM is a seamless process. It's, not that I've sat down and scoped stuff out and tried to figure out if it sounds different, but at the end of the day, the mixes that I do at home, when I bring them here to the studio, there's no guesswork. And that's not necessarily the same for some other plug-in manufacturers, that transition between the two. That makes it very productive and makes it very efficient for my time to be able to use it. But that's, in a sense, that just is a helpful factor, because at the end of the day, if they didn't sound good, then I probably wouldn't choose them. But not just the fact that they sound good, the fact that there's so much you can do with them and so many different sounds that you can do with it, specifically just with the dynamics, which is what we started talking about at first. And I don't rarely even get into the expander or gate, but using the warmth on certain sounds. And I talked about using its own internal side chaining with frequency dependent compression, being able to do that. Regular compression, the different types of compression that it has, switching to classic mode, which is your basic sort of soft knee, which gives the compression more of a transparent feel, a more old school feel. It sounds great and it works. And that's probably the main reason, is that they sound great. I mean, that's an example around that particular plugin, but that applies to all of them. And the EQ, basically I use the EQ and compressor on my important stuff. So, if I'm EQing kicks and snares and basses and vocals and, main keyboard lines, I'm using, the Oxford set of plugins for whatever it is that I need for those things.
So on top of your intense DJing schedule, tell us about your kind of studio work. So you've been recording a new album this summer. Tell us about that.
So I just finished my new album. Do a lot of remixes, do a lot of DJing, and so working on my own project has been being fit in the side times. Which gets back to what I was saying. The productivity of being able to use the plugins on TDM and LE, helped me be able to finish it, even though it still took me a couple of years. So it's my debut album. It's called Love Alive. We heard some congas from it earlier. It's out now. I've been in the dance music industry for a long time, done a lot of singles, and this is the first full artist album that I've done. We had a really amazing time collaborating with some great singers and great musicians, and check it out and you'll hear the Sonnox plugins right there on it, every song.